With the integration of Black Ops 6, all your settings were reset, and they made some changes to Omni movement, which makes us all feel super sluggish. We also got some brand new settings that we've never seen before to Call of Duty, which is definitely affecting your aim gunplay. So we're going to go ahead and resolve all these issues while increasing your FPS and your overall experience. Let's start off with our graphics. If you're on a single monitor, what you want to do is choose full screen exclusive. This is going to give you immediate boost to your frames. Your aspect ratio should be automatic. Now when we get done with all these settings, you're going to need to go ahead and restart your shaders and restart your game. That way everything actually takes effect. Your gamma display is going to be 2.2. Your gamma brightness, I highly recommend you turn that up. That is a personal preference, but it's going to give you much better visuals. NVIDIA Reflex Low Latency, I have on plus boost. Eco mode is going to be custom. These two are going to be off. Custom frame limit is going to be unlimited. Native pause game rendering is going to be off. Your reduced quality when inactive is going to be set to 10 minutes. Now that is if you get up and leave your PC to go eat or something, it will not strain your PC as much. Focus mode is going to be at 0, and HDR we're going to turn that completely off. Under our quality tab, you want as custom. Render resolution is going to be 100. Dynamic resolution is going to be off. Upscaling is going to be Fidelity Cast. I know it used to be NVIDIA, although now it is Fidelity, which will automatically turn this next one off. Your VRAM scale should be set to 80. Variable rate shading should be on. Texture resolution. Now before we get too deep into this, if you have a lower quality PC, all you have to do is knock these down one more notch, test it, see how it plays, and then move them up as accordingly. Texture resolution is going to be normal. The next one is going to be high. Depth of field is going to be off. Detail quality is going to be low. Particle resolution is going to be very low. Bullet impacts is going to be on. Persistent shader quality is going to be off. Shader quality is going to be low. On demand texture streaming, we're going to have that as minimal. All that's going to do is put more strain onto your internet. Local texture streaming is going to be low. Shader quality is going to be normal. This next one is going to be off, 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 and then slate reflection is low. Most of these are killing your frames. Under our view tab, the first one you want is off. Your FOV, I recommend you putting it at 115. ADS field of view, we want affected, wide, 90, wide. These are also killing your gameplay. World motion blur, you want that off. Weapon blur, you want that off. Your first person, 50%. Your third person, 50%. Third person ADS and inverted flashbang, you want that off. That's the dumbest setting ever. Now, so you can actually hear what's going on in the game, we're going to go ahead and hit the audio. Your master volume should be 100. You want your music off, dialogue around 30 to 50, effects volume at 100. And this music also you want off. Your default enhanced headphone mode. So there is a free feature to everyone. You go ahead and turn that on. Although if you want the good stuff, you are going to have to pay. You're going to have to click this, fill all this out. You're going to have to get your custom profile where they measure your ears and the distance in between how wide your head is, ECT. We're not going to do that because we don't need it with the rest of these audio settings. Your audio mix is going to be Sucker Punch. Mono audio, you need that off. Mute gain when minimized, off. Music license music, I turn that off because I do create content for you guys. If you're getting value, go ahead and smash that like button. This next one's going to be off. Configure frequency intensity. If you know anything about music, you can go in here and balance all this. I would love for someone to comment and tell me the perfect settings. So here, audio footsteps, reduce 10 to 9 sound, we want that on. Hit marker preset, we want that as default. Voice chat is also personal preference, although if you want a screenshot, this is how I got mine currently set up. Moving on to interface. There's some very important things right here. Visual support, you want that off. Menu prompt automatic. Game tips, just in case we don't know everything in the game right away, we want that on. Off, off. Tool tips, we want that on. Under telemetry, we want that custom, and we're going to go ahead and turn on our FPS counter, server latency, and packet loss. That way you know what's going on with your PC. These other two underneath, we're going to go ahead and turn off. Under the readability tab, there's not too much except for this color customization right here. If you want your colors to really pop, you want to turn your color filter on to filter 2 and turn both. If you want your pinks to really stand out, me personally, I choose lime green. Moving on to gameplay, HUD. HUD bounds is a personal preference. You want your square, rotation on, radar off, compass type. You want horizontal, that way it's up at the top and not in the mini map in this really weird place that you really can't see. Vehicle prompts, you always want to see those, never disappear. In-game chat, you want on. Full player name, crosshairs on, visual markers on. Damage based hit markers you want on. That way if they're in smoke and there's an airstreak and you can't hear what's going on, you can actually visually see what's going on. Weapon information 100, all these are going to be 100 going straight through. Now the big bread and butter right here is in your controller settings. If you have a high sensitivity but you instantly want to improve your aim, I highly recommend you going to lower. I went from 10 to 7 and now I'm possibly going to 6 because my aim assist is super sticky. Simplified controls, we want that off. Low motion, we want that off. Bumper ping, we want that off. If you don't have a paddle trigger or digital triggers, I highly recommend you turning swap on and you can get used to it because there's less distance traveled in between the triggers and the bumpers. Controller vibration is just a distraction. We're going to turn that off. Dead zone inputs. Now this right here really comes down to the controller that you have, although the left stick max, I like to have mine at 90. That way I don't have to full send my stick to start moving. If you have to turn yours above a 3 and you still have stick drift, this is not sponsored, but this is what I highly recommend you getting. This is WD-40 Specialist Cleaner. When you spray it off in your controller, it's going to be sticky at first. Keep working it through and I promise you it will get rid of your stick drift. Under our aiming tab, sensitivity multiplier, we have all of this regularly except for ADS sensitivity multiplier. We pull that down to a 0.75 in between that or a 0.80. It's going to make it even more sticky. Aim advanced settings. So right here, we want the transition instant. It's usually gradual, but whenever you ADS, you want it instantly instead of like, going super slow. Now your aim assist curve type is going to be dynamic. That is the best one for advanced players, although if you start with the best, you will become the best, I promise you. Custom sensitivity per zoom, we're going to go ahead and turn that off. Target aim assist you want on, ADS aim assist you want on. Motion sensor behavior, we're going to turn that off, and we're not even messing with this next one. Now under movement, this is what's really affecting your gunfights immediately. You want to turn on your tactical sprint assist. That way as soon as you hit that stick, you're automatically at full speed. All these assistants right here are going to be off. Now slide die behavior, a lot of people are talking about hybrid, although I like tap to slide. That way I can just tap it to slide, and I'm so used to my parkour that I know whenever I'm going to jump, so I can just automatically hold it. Automatic airborne mantle, we want that on. Sprint restore on. Slide maintain sprint on. Parachute behavior needs to be off. Mantle cancels reload. Since you don't have automatic mantle on, you should go ahead and turn this off as well. Under movement advanced settings, sprint tactical behavior should be toggle. Auto move forward should be off. Auto door peek should be off. Tactical sprint activation, single tap 1. Plunge underwater is free. That way you have more control and you're not stuck at the surface. Sprinting door bash, you want that on so you can just bang through doors whenever you want. Vehicle behaviors. Now there's some advanced settings right here. I like driver control, aim based control off. Free look, that way you move your camera whenever you want. And lean out, you want melee, finishing move, body shield. Moving on to our combat section. Aimed on sight behavior should be hold. Tactical stance behavior should be on toggle. And this is how you're going to activate. This is the best way, that way you're not accidentally activating. You want ADS plus melee. There's a new feature where everyone gets a melee weapon, and it actually gives you unlimited attack sprint. So we want this whole melee. Body shield over finishing move. I like my finishing move. The body shield is not too usable in Warzone, honestly. Armor plate behavior. I personally do not like having to shove in 3 plates. I understand you can cancel it, but also taking this consideration, you do not need 3 shields in every single gunfight. So I want maximum control over what my player is doing. So I click apply 1. C4 detonation is the same exact principle. 1 by 1. Equipment behavior is hold. Under manual fire behavior, I can shoot faster than the game will shoot, so I'm going to click press. Combat advanced settings. This is going to be your settings right here, but we're just going to go over them. Change zoom activation. We want 0 delay, so weapon mount exit is going to be instant. Interact over reload behavior. We want prioritize interact. Slide cancel cancels reload. We don't want that. Akimbo behavior. It's going to be fully independent. You don't want both to shoot at the same exact time. You want to control what's going on. ADS stick swap is going to be off. Plead ammo weapon switch is also going to be off. That right there wraps up our settings, and I'll see you in the next one. Hope you got value. Peace.